Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the Marvel Legends Toys R Us exclusive X-Men Wave of Marvel Now X-Men Build-A-Figure Jubilee. That's a mouthful. It's Jubilee, the Build-A-Figure, that's it. And it's pretty good. I know a lot of people wanted the 90s cartoon Jim Lee look for Jubilee with the blue shorts, and yes, I would have preferred that, but this figure is still a nice version of Jubilee. I'm happy with it. She stands about 6 inches tall, so she's probably a little tall, but most of the Legends tend to be these days. It's a pretty cool figure. She comes with these two plasmoid, is that what they're called? Plasmoids? I can't remember now. The fireworks she shoots, she has these. So they're made out of this translucent plastic, and then they also have little chunks of glitter in them. And if you know anything about action figures, glitter makes everything better. It looks pretty cool. It suits her nicely. This one goes over her fist and just kind of slides on over there. So she's got the fist like that. I don't remember her ever making a fist like that, like a Shoryuken, but maybe she does in the comics now, or did, or whatever, so that's okay. And then this one goes in her palm, which still isn't quite what I remember. I remember her shooting them out of her fingertips, but it still looks pretty cool. If I can ever get it in her hand for the video. Believe it or not, until you get this lined up quite right, it's a little bit tricky as to how that fits in her hand properly. You'll have to see it for yourself. I still don't know if I've got it in right. I had it in, but then I knocked it out. It's got to go this way. It's got to be this, yeah. So it's kind of like more in her palm. She's holding it, I believe. So I don't know. It's a little awkward, but still it's cool that they included them and it looks good enough, so I'm okay. The figure itself doesn't have very much paint job. Almost all black plastic, all black cape, jacket. All she has for the paint from the neck down is that zipper. That's it. And then the head, we have some paint obviously, but that's it. Surprisingly, I'm okay with that. It still looks good. I feel like if they painted shading on the yellow, they would have ruined it. So I'm alright with that. It's sculpted really nicely. And then they never shade black anymore, not really. So I'm kind of okay with that also. I do wish the top part of her body matched the bottom part. This is kind of a glossy black and this is more of a flat black. I think that's because this top part is a new piece. They had to make a new piece to accept the Build-A-Figure arms, and they needed to sculpt it differently. From the diaphragm joint down, it's all Spider-Girl. So if you like that figure, you're going to like this one. It's a pretty good body for Jubilee, I think. The jacket's fairly soft, so it won't get in the way too much. She still has all of the Spider-Girl articulation. It's literally the exact same sculpt as Spider-Girl, so that's fine. The Build-A-Figure arms, there's no bicep swivel. They do ball hinge where they connect. Then we have the swiveling elbow. So that's where you're going to get your bicep swivel. The wrists rotate and hinge. Fist on this side, open hand on this side. And then we have the diaphragm joint, which it's okay. It's not great. It does go side to side, so that's nice. It goes a little bit forward, a little bit back, and then it rotates. The neck, luckily we have the hinged ball peg, so that's good, but there's that extra chunk of plastic under the ball peg, which makes her head sit up a little bit high. On her, you can't really tell because of the collar and the hair, but the head does sit higher. Let's see if I can show you. Higher than it should. You probably can't see it. Than it should on the neck. But you can't see it, so that's alright. The head, I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks a lot like the way I would want this version of Jubilee to look. It definitely looks like the character, and they made the glasses kind of this metallic purple, so that looks good. I like the hair sculpt. I like the face paint. The lipstick looks good. I'm really happy with it. I think this is probably the best Jubilee figure we're going to get. It is the first, and if they make another one, they would have to actually put some effort into it since it'll have a whole lot more of a complex paint job and sculpt. And this one looks pretty good the way it is, so I'm happy with it. I'm okay that they chose this, because I'd rather have a more simple figure executed well than a more complex figure executed horribly like Magneto. That was not good. So this one's pretty good. So if you want a Jubilee figure, then buy this one if you can on eBay or something like that, or buy the other figures and build her and then sell them off if you don't want them, because she is worth it. She's a good figure and I'm happy I have her. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.